My sergeant said better safe than sorry. That's why we called you guys. Thank you.
Those cops are useless. Why haven't they found my son?
Mr. Guzman, everybody is doing all that they can. They're checking local security footage. We're canvassing with Tino's photos. When was the last time someone saw him?
Well, my brother was supposed to be watching him.
Then stop blaming Carlos. Carlos, so you were here with your nephew until when?
It's not my fault.
That's Guillermo from that 70s show.
It's fine. I'm just playing around.
It looks like it.
And he doesn't have a phone.
No, I told the other cops. Just a desk computer.
Okay. So does he have an iPad or an email address?
Just a school iPad, but he can't game on that.
Okay, so this is the only place he plays.
And sometimes I let him use my laptop.
Okay, we're going to need to take a look at that too.
But why haven't they even? He took it.
Okay, I didn't notice this, but he must have taken it because it's gone.
Maybe that's not Guillermo. But why don't they just look on the actual computer that's sitting right there?
Things on his way. Are we in the right place?
Terry confirmed they were able to track the signal from Carlos' computer to this building.
Or you can't turn the boy in the water.
Gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Hey, have you seen this kid?
From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm looking for a kid. He's about 8 years
It's
old. He's
week
wearing
17
hoodie sweatpants.
of the NFL on EA Sports.
I may have seen this kid going into that apartment over there. Okay.
You know your neighbors?
Most of them. But that one, there's a lot of turnover. A lot of people come in and go.
Okay, thank you.
This is the black lady minding her business.
NYPD, open up.
As we'll see Zach Wilson and the Philadelphia Eagles
Ben,
taking
Velasco.
on Trey Lance and the Baltimore Ravens.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
Here we go.
Place is clear. The guy's gone.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to be
already be in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Thank y'all so much.
It's a definitely it's a whooping on the way. Hey, where you been? You been asleep this whole time? You didn't want to watch Chicago PD? You want to get up here now?
Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, at Zach Wilson.
coming off of a loss their last time out. I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
On first down, Wilson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
Wilson now to throw on third down. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game.
Somebody already got to him.
And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Yep. Somebody did to him what he had been doing to them kids.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Ooh. Let's go, Max.
And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Let's go, Max. Decline that penalty.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After 1 month of use, skin appears younger, smoother, more radiant, revitalized. Numéro 1 de Chanel. Beauty ahead of time.
See where she was asleep last night?
And what will you design today?
Like.
On the bed?
Yeah.
Alright.
I thought she was over on under you.
But she was like literally under. Like under me.
Oh yeah.
You don't ever be liking to be close to nobody. That's what she. Max, here we go. Oh shit. Just watch myself. Oh my goodness.
This guy worked well. How bad is he wounded?
Multiple stab wounds, arms, legs, groin. He lost a lot of blood. He's still in surgery.
Take away the ID?
Well, we're getting that now, and we're running Murtaugh's DNA. His phone is missing, so we're searching his car, his apartment, his computer, but of course his files are multiply encrypted, so Carol's going through.
So, stabbed in the groin. Tino was assaulted. That's not a coincidence. That's revenge.
We'll be talking to Carol.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Lance. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. He'll get this up to the 34 and a good lane opening up right away for him.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Our suspect was found beaten and stabbed.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Lance with a tap forward of a jet sweep. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Second down and 7. Lance going to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Throwing his Lance on third down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Lance and company going on fourth down. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Nobody's saying the right shit, though. Manhattan, SVU.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Blocking that back, though. This first down. Drake from State Farm.
Do we really believe that? Do we care? Is it worth the shoe leather?
We do, Velasco, and it is, yes.
We all know Muerta is good for it. Even so, that's our job. That's not the victim's family.
The real question is, if Sebi or Carlos...
Why touch him? Why touch him?
But all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Ooh.
Lance looks to throw again. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Here's second and 9.
I just realized it. Yeah, that's why the sound started coming back out of there.
What happened with, you know, all of it is my fault. I can't eat, I can't sleep, I feel sick all the time. Carlos, I didn't know what to live.
Huh?
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Here's Lance to throw it. And trying to get it to runs, but it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a good return here as he takes it past the 3-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. For this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
As scared as Tino must have been.
On third down, Wilson. They set up the screen for Sermon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did.
Tough story, but
7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to
Show.
muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun, Sermon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. To throw again on second down. Wilson, quick hitter here, it's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 63 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A gain of 6 there on first.
I don't say it like that.
Oh my God, what happened? So police need evidence, a witness, stuff like that? Yeah, stuff like that. Some people just asking for trouble.
They give the Sermon out of the gun. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And this pass broken up.
Your brother Carlos is here.
This lawyer, Mr. Field. You trust him?
And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Came out to graduate from that law. Top meticulous.
You need much quieter in here, folks.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia.
Not guilty, Your Honor. We request to be released on his own copy.
And his kick here is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away and off it.
I don't have it. Don't worry about it. We'll get you out of here. It's wrong. This isn't right. He was just protecting team. Brady said, go from this up to 60K. It's enough to make it up and fight. Let's go, sir. Now I want to see him plead guilty.
Case number 08950, Rico versus Theodore Murtaugh, on the charges of kidnapping in the first and 3 counts of criminal sexual act. State your plea.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
People on bail.
Apologies, Your Honor. I was under the impression that we were working out a deal for Mr. Murtaugh.
Well, consider it late-breaking news.
In that case, people request $500,000. Mr. Murtaugh is a violent sexual offender. He is...
Your Honor, may I say something?
And you are?
I'm Sebi Guzman. This man molested my child. All I need is 5 minutes with him.
Mr. Guzman, please sit down.
I'm asking, Judge, just 2 minutes.
Mr. Guzman, sit
Son of
down.
a bitch! Hey, that's Murtaugh! Hey, here! What did he do to my family? To my son?
I understand your anger, Mr. Guzman. This is a court of law. Bail is set at $250,000.
Mr. Carisi, why did Murtaugh plead guilty?
He wants to take this to trial. Does that mean Tina's going to have to testify?
Possibly. Were you able to get in touch with a social worker?
My mother doesn't believe in that.
Would it help if I spoke with you?
No. I'll make an appointment.
You're not really going to go through with this, are you? Carlos is a hero. Even so, he broke the law. You can tell his lawyer I'm open to a deal. Get that penal file to plead guilty first. I'm not going to give a fight for Carlos. You shouldn't either. Sebi, let's get your brother to take him home.
You've got your work cut out for you.
We'll talk to Murtaugh's lawyer. Maybe this is just a ploy.
Plead not guilty and then take
Look,
it.
I never said we
Draw
were
it
open
out,
to a
draw
deal.
it out.
Well, it's good to hear because your client's guilty. He's looking at kidnapping, sexual assault of a minor. Hold on, I did not kidnap Tino. He got into my car willingly. He wanted to play video games. He said he was home alone. He was feeling lonely and scared. That doesn't explain your seminal fluid on the kid's underwear. Yeah, he was sitting on my couch. He sat on my lap. He used my bathroom. Or the anal trauma. Oh, the poor kid had stomach issues. He was in my bathroom a long time.
Okay, Teddy.
You left him zip tied to a radiator. Oh, that was his idea. It's one of the levels of the tyrant's curse, that you have to escape. Do you want this to go to trial? Because I would love to get your client on the stand.
Oh, okay, Teddy. Let's listen to what Mr. Carisi has to say. Okay, what do you want from him?
Kidnapping is an A1 felony. That's 25 to life. Add the criminal sexual acts, you're looking at 50 to life. Now, my guess is your client would like a nice flat number. 20 years.
Give me halfway, that's 10.
10 years without a computer? Let me talk to my client. I'm still at 20. Yes or no? Just give me a few minutes.
25.
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia,
That's what I'm telling you.
You're 25. Keep talking.
it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, bitch.
What if thinks that he can get away with only 10 years?
He turned out 25 and wants to go to trial. He has a strong case.
But, Tino's testimony puts him away for life. You don't really have
I like both, but
I took his initial disclosure.
he's cool. These whites, I like those whites. He's using all whites. Those are kind of cool.
As we'll see Zach Wilson and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Trey Lance and the Baltimore Ravens.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
Still take Tino to child advocacy? Yeah, we did. We can't use that at trial unless the defense can prosecute.
What about Carlos?
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
I still need the jury to hear that explanation. Now, you told the detectives that Mr. Martel confessed. He gave you details about the assault. Is that true? I swear to God he did. I'll tell the jury exactly that. Good. So here's my problem. We searched his house, we searched his car, his clock, so I have to ask you. Did you really say that? First you were my client's testimony, now you're accusing me of lying. I'm not lying. The residue was on his phone. I took it because I don't remember anyone else watching.
Let's go, Uncle. Did something right.
We're angry that the DA has failed to make follow through line whose cooperation led directly to Murtaugh's conviction, a reasonable plea deal. We are planning on taking this to trial, and I'm confident that a jury of his peers will vindicate Carlos.
Here's the punter, Jake Bailey.
Look, whatever you want
Come on,
to say
monster.
about Tasha, he knows how to play the video game.
What's wrong?
He does. The crowd, half of
Come
New
on.
York think Carlos is a hero.
Come on.
He did help us get Murtaugh.
Is crazy off me?
Assault 1, 5 years down from 10.
I wouldn't take that either. What would Crazy have done if it was one of his nephews?
It's not Carice's Carl Blasco. Carlos's girlfriend Maya and her son Andre are here. You brought her son in? What's going on, Maya?
I'm literally shaking right now. I don't know what the hell to do.
I'm Captain Benson.
She gonna get her son alive.
Can I help you?
Is there someplace under your wing?
Yeah, I got you.
She gonna what?
Want to get something to eat?
She probably knows.
I don't know.
Come.
Carlos did something to him?
Probably. If she got
Is
it,
your son okay?
No, he's not. I saw Carlos on TV. He said, Andre, come look. He walked in and said, why are they cheering? Turn that off. He started to cry. He said he never wanted to see Carlos again.
Oh, that's a shame.
So I'm saying, no, Carlos did something to him. So
The incredible iPhone 13 without T-Mobile makes as much
does
sense as playing
Carlos feel bad because Carlos is also a pedophile?
in the desert.
He probably did
Really,
that
guys?
before.
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. And now, when you switch, you can get iPhone 13 on us on every plan.
You're not going to fit in that hole.
Don't look any further. Unlock the full power of iPhone 13 on us. And T-Mobile, the network with more 5G bars in more places.
Ready to do the honors. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Take it at the 15, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They are led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU and Zach Wilson.
Coming off of a loss that last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Part-time at 17, and worked my way up to owning and operating 2 stores by 27. 95% of our franchisees started out as delivery drivers or store employees, and you could too. Apply to your local Domino's today.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
How could I not?
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Throwing is Wilson.
Good job.
Pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And he said it was an accident. And he said he was sorry. That it was the first time. It would never happen again.
So we're going to need to speak with Andre now.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former #3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Carlos touched your back.
And Lance will try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. On first down, Lance swings this out here for Cohen. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make this a second down. Throwing now is Lance. Flushed out right. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
We do. So that's why we need to stay calm and wear our vests. Oh, guys, hold on. Maybe past that. Just got a text from Elvis. Carlos is on the roof. Threatening to jump.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. And Lance now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this, we're going to stop it. And we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
I'm glad that you said
the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Because the scariest thing that you could tell me.
That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
You said you deserve to die, which means that part of you wants to live.
No, I don't deserve to live. When I put Andre through, he's never going to get over that.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. I know that for a fact. How? How do you know for a fact? Because
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
It happened to me. I never told anyone. I don't know.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Throw the knife out the roof, knife stab somebody, and then he got 2 murder charges. Oh, goddamn. Go ahead and jump, my guy. You might as well. This shit is over for you.
The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this
having
season.
a bad day.
Playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
And I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 63 yards. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. And they'll try and run. It is not going to get there. Great work defensively to him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture. in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed,
Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
His teacher gets abused. He gets triggered
on the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
We decided the assault on Murtaugh on this charge, Carlos is contrite. Single moment of confusion.
Henry again on 2nd down. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Carlos is not a predator, he's a victim. We have to beat this society.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Henry, nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Everybody's sick. Over and over, I have been dead since I was 9 years old.
To throw, it's Lance. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet are in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
You didn't tell everyone about Hudson in the dog cage.
Actually, I did.
Mom, I asked you not to. Well, Hudson's just an idiot. No one likes him anyway.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Looks good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
And that there's no shame in being true to yourself.
That's right, Noah. So you stood up for Corey and stood up for yourself. And that is incredibly brave.
Well, It's my truth. I just hadn't told anyone before. Thank you for telling me. No big deal. It's not like I have a boyfriend or girlfriend. It's just not fair for anybody to be left out.
I hear that. Really
Okay. Anyway, can we
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Wilson checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
I'll take Bart.
Yes, I still got it. I totally get Bart.
Yep, even easier than that.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Is it even a decision? That's angry. What's he know?
On the handoff, Sermon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Wilson. This is the tight end, Njoku. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I be liking the way that they start because I be immediately trying to figure out how is they gonna involve a kid getting raped. It's always a kid, right? Oh, it's just always a person.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
So the Creed, this nigga's a Creed.
Now a handoff, Sermon.
The ball man looks like a Creed.
6 yards down to the 13. That looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
He's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop the shoulder or create or get through contact or trash.
Yeah, but the ball head man looked like a Creed.
See the field and make a run as we just saw. Touchdown.
That's caught. Great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. There the Eagles are back within a score. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of the play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, run after the catch opens up in the end zone.
McGrath wants all the DD5s from the week, wants them bunts.
At least you get it right. Almost does.
What?
Point after try forthcoming.
Oh, so they
Now
all
it makes it
guess
14-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
And it's funny because you know that this is fake. They got them watching like a blank screen, but the
This is fake, right? Does that look fake? No, Tommy's been rehabbing his shoulder for the last 18 months. Tony's going to be like a cider. Oh, well, that's what he fears.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
the excitement is fake.
Tommy is a
This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Done. He was waiting on it.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had.
I get enough human spectacle.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all, because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe until he made him buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Now Lance. Flush to his right. And he'll find Ruggs on the right side.
Nah.
Down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
I paused it.
They just don't get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Again, it's Lance. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up
What?
to the 35 now as they come up.
See it back because it's weird. That's why I paused it.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards.
Yeah, that's his wife. She and he were prom queen and king. Sweet little love story.
Was that how you were supposed to end up?
Exactly. My mom's dream, yes. But I'm happy with my life here.
Tommy playing mind games, making kick away?
Oh, he not coming out.
I don't think this is a game.
On that last carry, here's 2nd and 7.
So he passed out behind.
Working from the gun, Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Here's Lance. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give him credit.
He's alive. He's alive.
Shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge.
So they
on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. And they'll go for it. Lance. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
That was really good, Lil Riley.
A great play there. His second touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they put...
I get it. Commitment can be scary, but not when you're saving up to 15%.
Yeah, that's good. Sometimes the game is okay in the way that like they have the niggas do stuff. This makes sense, right? Like he got that arm. This arm is free. I can reach that mug. That's really good.
Learn all the ways to save with Amazon.
To be clear, we have never been accused of being flashy, sexy, or lit. May I? We're definitely not there.
More zone coverage. Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Wants to look to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 20.
It's funny that
so that drive in total
they get hella active to be on like real ads now. I never knew he was on the until the other day.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Wilson on first down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Wilson. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
Oh, shit.
When they needed a play this year, he's
right.
certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
It's a madhouse out there. Do we have any idea that we had a double life?
So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Here's Sermon. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
The coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, and they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
overwhelmed. I know that Tommy is gay. I started coming to terms with it when we moved here from Georgia. Please support us.
They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. They'll try and run for it, and he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop it on 4th and goal at the 3, and the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the mark.
That ball man is
Someone's got to
creepy.
feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Oh, they were going to use it.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
His dad found out tonight.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Kareem tossed Tommy his phone. Like, Finder account was just activated yesterday. Looks like somebody tried to kill Tommy to make it look like
The setup, the setup like, damn, clickbait.
So whoever this was didn't want to do.
Lance looking to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he finally goes down.
This is why that nigga don't trust him fast.
Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lance again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw again. Finds the open target, Arnold. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Atkins nacho chips. Everything we want in a crunchy, cheesy chip, including the orange fingers, and protein, all without a ton of net carbs. Seriously, nothing short of a miracle.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Katie.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Lance. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Trey Lance.
Trey
The
Lance.
first half is winding down. And the Ravens go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first.
She's drunk. She's hammered and she says nothing off to me. I mean, if I'd spoken to my father like that, I'd have been put in traction.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I was just screaming and yelling, and then she locked herself in her room, and I shouldered the door open, and then my wife gets pissed off at me. After 32 years of marriage, I guess we're entitled to a bad night or two, right?
Okay, if there's anything that I can do.
Nah, it's not your concern. Just close the case and get this off my desk, please.
Two quarters, they really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Hey guys,
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So what do we know about his life? Yes.
That's what we going with.
He hasn't bought for the last year and a half. The last 12 months. Money's been going out from the past. Credit card bills, retail therapy, cash withdrawals.
Enough debt to throw a fight?
You didn't need to. Last night was going to be a big payday.
Now, check FanDuel and the other online betting sites. There's no late money. That big last minute.
And FW fighters don't fix matches. They do it for honor. Kiki Alves was trying to beat Tommy in the ring.
Maybe. Okay, what about forensics in the vehicle? Last week you said that there were only traces of blood?
Yes, as you confirmed. There's just no way that Tommy sustained the head injury in the truck. I mean, we're checking traffic cams, but...
So we don't have a car scene.
In the meantime, let's piece together a timeline of Tommy's day.
Day of a big fight? Sure he worked out. Sort of strange.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And we hope these perpetrators will face and mercy.
Already at the
Because he had said, he was like, is he okay? I never seen him like
as
that.
they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
You just wanted to talk to Jax. So they cost me the Jax. Whenever it was Jax.
Quality.
I could hear him yelling at each other. When he came out, we almost scared Jimmy.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Well, a white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And they will take a knee here. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter.
Terrible. Just terrible what happened. Tommy's such a good guy.
From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Deebo Samuel up close to 100-yard receiving there. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Chase Claypool, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
You did that shit right.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
That's not what we heard. We should have well.
How about we start over? His facial expression is
He's not Candyman, right?
Season upon as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Take it in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
even though he was fighting to come out right after.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity
straight
to kind
up.
of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them.
You know they was going to run it.
More to their lead before the other guys even see the football. That could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Still didn't tell us what you were fighting about.
How would you mean to tell me that you would do that?
You got cold feet.
Not exactly. His dad.
His dad, you said it, babe.
You can tell. You can tell on his dad looked like he already knew. Like he didn't look worried at all. Like his wife was worried. The dad didn't look worried at all.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
That's his dad.
Look, I mean, you can see that facial expression when he's like, "Wait, babe, I don't know what happened. Go back." And I see the dad standing there. I'm like,
why that nigga looking like that?
Yeah, he didn't look concerned at all. He looked like he actually knew what was going on. And he's like, "Oh shit, okay, so they found him."
A handoff, running left, Henry. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 45 yards
That was
on the
quality.
ground
That was
for
quality
now,
run.
9 carries.
Tried to get the juke move up out of there after the bullshit.
They're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football.
That was Marty Bird.
Runs, taking their time and making it work.
Hello, our new apartment.
Great kitchen, open floor plan.
But there's not much privacy.
Never seen that animation before either.
What happened to your wall?
At least gotta go next month when our rent for some car insurance season.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
For mobile made easy, go to geico.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your
Rebrand.
done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now Lance throwing on 2nd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly. But that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
The domestic incident in his house in Sayasa late Thursday night. Cops were called. They shot him.
He did. Except that one of his daughters was in the
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
You heard the rumors, and you got his back.
Right.
The Ravens send their punter
They're
out
like, no.
And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he'll get this away into the AC winner air. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He'll let this go deep
Yes,
for
sir.
Sutton. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson goes back to Sutton. This time completes it. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
And now,
on 2nd and 9, Wilson. That'll be complete to Sermon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And I'm going to use these nice breaths to show my damn pride.
The Eagles send out their punter as they punt it away for the 4th time today.
Honestly, I think he came up here to make amends. I think it's something to do. But I just spoke to Tommy. Tommy does phone call.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They've been able to move the ball well in the air. And certainly a big reason why those receiving corps have been excellent.
There's no doubt about it, partner. And let's face it, when they get away from defenders, those guys are quick. And when they go over the top of people and use their bodies, they're just thick. But let's face it, what we're seeing right now are catches that are simply sick.
Well, you brought your A game. You're fired up over those catches, aren't you?
Can't help it. Even as a former defensive back, I've got to tip my cap to these guys. They are balling.
I appreciate that.
Tommy must have let him borrow it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
I got him.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. 51 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run.
That's what the business manager calls for. Your wife has been paying your homeboy Damn.
Looking to throw. Lance. And oh, this is taking him one-handed. What a catch.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way. And able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done. And for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Whose crib is this?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
That man is always on. And he's on it with Jardians for type 2 diabetes. His underhand sky serve on fire. His grilling on point. And his
running right.
Ron is on it.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Jardians may help you lose some weight.
Jardians may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney
function. From the gun, it's Lance.
Urinary tract infections.
High into the back of the end zone. That's cool. I'm cool with that ball. Because it's just a ball that'll actually drop like that.
Ketoacidosis, or allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis.
I pressed the L1. Oh, Dale is free as fuck. I just forced that throw because I wanted to with the triple coverage, but it's high in the way, so there's no chance for a tip ball. It's either somebody actually snagged that bitch.
Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Might be able to score right here, honestly. I'm gonna have to chop some safeties up in the middle.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen.
Oh, I should have let 77 block.
First down before he's tackled right at the 10.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
Get in there.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Kind of came up to the hotel. Is that when you plan to take him out? Well, it doesn't look good, Chrissy. You've been lying about a lot of things.
I was never hurt, Tommy. He said everything. What's Ricky? Everything else.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And what was this?
I was ashamed. And I didn't think anything.
It matters. And you need to tell us everything now. Is he blackmailing you? Is that why he's giving him right now?
3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal.
Thought I could do better than a lazy father like this.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll run for it with Henry. And this time he is in. Derrick Henry. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Lutz to try to add the PAT.
They're trying to track him down.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
I can see it going either way. She and Tommy are from a small town in Georgia. Fall prey to a con man. You're still giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. A fairly short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Ravens have got it.
Yeah, Ward, double up.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot.
Who was that? Oh, he beating his ass.
I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy.
Damn, nigga.
D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Starts with the chest right note. On time, lowest price, we'll make it right. That's the Grubhub guarantee. Grubhub. America's most reliable network is going ultra, with Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband now in many more cities. Hey, it's Mindy! Downloading a movie up to 10 times faster than before.
They'll try to run for it with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
See it?
Derrick Henry.
Niggas got points and shit. Also, it's good.
18th of the year. And the Ravens are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Vacation starts at the airport. The Centurion Lounge access.
Lutz will look to add the extra point.
I had nothing to do with Tommy getting hurt. Why would I? I was living large in this penthouse apartment, card large with the company credit card. They was white because they think homo couldn't satisfy her. It's true.
The freaking homo couldn't satisfy.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
How those people pretending they didn't should really hear what they say when the cameras are on.
Back to the company credit card.
So that'll back them up 5.
10 grand a month. Gucci, Prada.
Another attempt now from 5 yards further back.
She might have been, but what about Tommy?
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
That was the day before the fight.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
I haven't been in that gym in months.
Okay. Well, we found blood and hairs at the scene, mixed in with Tommy's blood. And we're running your DNA. Are you going to tell me that
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This is on me.
Well, then who's it on?
Take it at the 15, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting
Oh, he
set to
snitched on
take
her.
the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On first down, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play.
Oh, they was going to do it together?
You should know that the doctors...
Second and 4. Now it's Wilson. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Eagles on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir.
Pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
What's up, bro?
He told me he was going to make his announcement.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch.
You got to
Mr.
revisit
Davis.
that mug. He's like, nah, none of that. Weed, it's still a weed, man. Yeah. You got to revisit that, for sure.
In all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those
Right.
are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
And they'll get this to Ruggs on the jet sweep. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Stay headed, dog.
On 3rd down, it's Gainwell.
Yeah. I was supposed to pop up. Well, I got a 6 to 9 or something on Saturday evening. But I talked to J Mark. I was gonna try to kick it with y'all either before or after that 6 to 9. But after y'all gonna be at the cigar thing till like midnight, huh?
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a struggle we'll talk about after this one.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for whatever.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And able to break one tackle.
Nah, I mean that's what it's gonna have to be if that's what it's gonna be. But you're just trying to not. Obviously you don't want to do that. If you don't want to do that thing for forever, then you know what I'm saying. You try not to do that. But if you're gonna end up doing it, then yeah, obviously that's the main thing. And then y'all work on the other shit later.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Yeah. Right. Right. We're not on the right, and this ain't gonna put us on the same. Yeah.
From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
Yeah.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You about to what?
Gotta think this offensive line has got some
of course. Be cool, dog. Chill.
But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where
I mean, there's some odds, but don't even. That's just y'all gotta actually just talk that much out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Cause you don't want that. You don't really just like want that either. You know what I'm saying? It's like either y'all decide or y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like
football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice.
All right, I hit you. Well, shit, yeah, J Mark gonna be here tomorrow at some point, so I'll hit you tomorrow. Make up with that food, yeah.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
Oh, let me do that.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I'll look into it. Well, last thing I need is we're not going to hear pulling me down.
On the handoff, Gainwell. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. On the jet sweep, here comes Chark. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Second and 10.
And when they still ran the shirts.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at
Man, live.
And a timeout comes
that
in.
little,
The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
little hand over the heart.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Setting up the screen with Gainwell. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, the win is number 9
Zach
for
Wilson,
them on the year. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long.
In the nation's largest city, the vicious and violent members of the underworld are hunted by the detectives of the Organized Crime Control Bureau. These are their stories.
Nicknamed Constantine, Sebastian claimed to the Federal Reserve and locked the janitor inside a gold vault. He suffocated to death.
He feels guilty, but we need to get in touch with his wife, try to make amends.
I'm recovering slowly.
Just a place to see American. Not just bringing you on specialist. Maybe for me, out of all of us. I'm like Elliot here. I don't hold grudges. Richard Wheatley? He's here to help you find the hackers.
Did I make good on my word or what?
Your ex-husband said that he had planned to bust me out of prison.
Right now, you are the most wanted man in America.
I'm here to address what's on the most New Yorkers' minds. That is the escape and pursuit of Sebastian McLean, the last remaining fugitive still at large and the presumed architect of the Remsen prison break. I assure you that all of the state's resources have been deployed to ensure the capture of Mr. McLean and to keep you and your family safe as the dedicated men and women of the New York State and New York City police departments hunt him down. I urge you all to take this situation very seriously. While Mr. McLean is only one man, he has ties to very dangerous criminal organizations. His reach is far and wide. He's a desperate man. Don't make the same mistake I did and underestimate the potential threat he presents. That mistake cost me my wife and it cost my children their mother. Mr. McLean, if you're listening, we will find you and we will hunt you down and put you back behind bars once again. For good.
I used to love New York City. Provided me with the life I never thought I could dream of. New York was one of the two great loves of my life.
Who was the other?
You met Angela.
Your ex-wife.
I planned to remarry her. A certain pig-headed detective helped me realize how much she means to me.
Does this police detective have anything to do with what you are?
In fact, he does. He ruined New York for me. I plan to burn this city to the ground.
And the pig-headed detective?
Took away everything I worked my whole life to build.
I'm sorry for all your losses. Revenge is an ugly motive and not one that appeals to me.
I also intend to make up my fortune many times over. You can share in the bounty.
Not interested in money.
Maybe not for his own sake. But think about the damage we could do to the institutions you most abhor. Who could be more satisfied than to cripple the NYPD, the banks, the